So the first thing that we have to recall is this was used for authentication purpose. Used for authentication purpose. Now what does that mean? When I say it was used for authentication purpose, what do I mean by that? The receiver, that is the destination, has to authenticate whether the message has actually come from the source or not. ये जो मैसेज उसको मिला है वो एक्चुअली सोर्स ए से आया है कि नहीं, वो रिसीवर को ऑथेंटिकेट करना है. ओके, सो हाउ डज ही डू इट? सो व्हाट डज द सोर्स डू? He sends the message in plain text. He sends the message in plain text, but along with the message, he concatenates one more thing. He concatenates one more thing, and this is that thing. What is that thing? That is called as message authentication code. I'll repeat. Along with the message, along with the message, the source concatenates message authentication code and sends to the destination. How does he make a message authentication code? Message authentication code is made with the help of a message, and a key. Message authentication code is made with the help of a message and the key. Message and the key is passed through a coder algorithm. This is called a coder algorithm, which the algorithm generates a message authentication code. The coder generates a message authentication code. What exactly happens in this particular technique? We have to learn what happens inside this coder functions. Okay. Let us also discuss what happens on the destination side first, and then we can move for our algorithm, the coder algorithms. Okay. So what happens to the destination side? The destination receives a message concatenated with the message authentication code. तो रिसीवर को क्या मिलता है? रिसीवर को मिलता है ये पूरा चीज, message and message authentication code concatenated together. What does he do? ये जो मैसेज ऑथेंटिकेशन कोड है उसको वैसे का वैसा ही रखता है, but the message, he uses the plain text message, runs the coder function on his side using the same key. तो यहाँ पे भी एक मैसेज MAC जनरेट होना चाहिए, and now he compares the received MAC with the generated MAC. He compares the received MAC with the generated MAC. If they two match, then the receiver, that is the destination, can successfully authenticate that ये मैसेज मेरे को सोर्स ए से ही आया है. कोडर फंक्शन, ये जो कोडर फंक्शन है ना, we have two different algorithms for this coder function. We have two different algorithms for this coder function. We have to understand those two algorithms first. Okay. Before moving to this particular coder function, I have to make sure that everybody understands why is this coder function used now. The coder function is used to generate the MAC, that is the message authentication code. Okay. So let us move to the first function, that is hash based message authentication code, HMAC. The abbreviation is HMAC. I'll repeat, it is hash based authentication code called HMAC. The first thing that you have to recall here is SHA algorithm. But if you see our diagram here, there are two inputs. One is the message and the other is a key that is to be incorporated. As we know, hash functions do not have an input called key. Only the message is an input. So we have to integrate a key somewhere with the hash function here. So जो नाम बोल रहा है hash based message authentication, तो hash तो use करना है, hash function तो use करना है, लेकिन we have to integrate the key also somewhere. The second point is easily seen from this diagram, that on both the side, that is the source and the destination, the sender and the receiver, the key needs to be same. The key needs to be same. Correct? So here we are using symmetric key. Now from here, from third point, the actual algorithm starts. Point number 3 will become your step number 1. So what does this mean? What does this step mean? We have to change the length of the key. We have to change the length of the key from any arbitrary length to b bits. How many bits? B bits. How do I do that? I just append those many zeros on the left side. I just append those many zeros on the left side, जिससे वो total length b bits का बन जाए. Okay. Now we have to understand what is b bits. What is the number b? So b bits is equal to length of one block of plain text, and b should be a multiple of 8. Step number 2, generate iPad and OPAD. Let me take an example and just explain it to you. Suppose अपना जो plain text है, अपना जो पूरा plain text है, जो message है, the message. For example, I assume that my message or the plain text was of 1024 bits and each block was of 128 bits. Fine. So I divided my message into small blocks of 128 bits each. So my value of B becomes 128. My value of B becomes 128. The string iPad, the string or the value of iPad becomes this string, or this particular value becomes how much? This string 16 times. Similarly, OPAD becomes this string 16 times. So you have to repeat the same number 16 times. Okay. So in step 2, we initialize those particular values, iPad and OPAD. Step number 3, generate S1 and S2. So S1 is equal to K plus XOR iPad and S2 is equal to K plus XOR OPAD. Now let us start with the algorithm and use these particular things with our message and the key. Okay. So I'll just explain you the diagram. First thing that we do is append the S1 B bits, with our message, If you remember, we had divided our message into block of B bits. So it is these y0, y1 till yn represents the same blocks. Okay, it represents the same blocks. Fine. Next, we pass the entire message. Now the new message that has formed is this. After appending it with S1, we pass the entire message into a hash function. Now it could be any hash function that we like. Okay, it could be SHA, it could be MD5, and there are many more hash functions. But we have learned about SHA and MD5. So let us take one of the example. Suppose the hash function here used is SHA. If you recall the SHA algorithm that we have learned, the output of SHA is of 160 bits. And it does not depend, the size does not depend on the input message. Hash function का एक major काम वो भी था that it generated a fixed size output from a variable length message. So this is nothing but the buffer. Nothing new. There is nothing new. So now we have generated a 160-bit output. Since we have considered SHA1, we have generated 160 bits of output. And this 160 bit is nothing but the hash value of the entire message. Fine. Now what do we do? And the second step, we again append S2 bits. The S2 that we generated here is appended here. उसके साथ क्या append करते हैं? ये जो hash बना वो, but we convert the hash into B bits first. How do we do that? We just append zeros at the left. That is it. जैसे हमने k plus बनाया था वैसे ही हम ये भी बना रहे हैं. Okay. So what do? We convert this into B bits. How do we do that? We just append zeros on the left. That is it. Okay. Finally, ये जो नया message बना, the new message is again sent in the hash function. The new message is again sent in the hash function. So again, let me consider it as SHA1. It is again sent in the hash function, and we again generate, no matter what the size of this particular message is, we generate a 160-bit output because we are using SHA1. This 160-bit output or SHA1 output is nothing but my HMAC, which I use here at this place.